Hello everybody, my name is Ian Lamont. I am the founder of i30 Media Corp, which publishes Easy Genie genealogy forms. Today I'm going to be talking about what is a genealogy fan chart. And you may have seen something like this if you use a service like Ancestry.com or maybe some software for your PC. And basically it organizes the information of a person and their ancestors in a fan style of form. So you can see on this particular form, at the bottom here is a single person, Fred Lynch, and then you can see his father on the left, mother on the right. And then on the father's side, you can see that there's information about the grandparents, great-grandparents, and even the great-great-grandparents. Although, as you go on, the information becomes a little bit more sketchy and less reliable because the exact dates aren't known for people. And in some cases, you'll see some blank cells here, which means that maybe you didn't have the information available and you couldn't fill it out. On the mother's side, of course, you can see there's very little information going back further than basically the mother. So we don't know the grandparents of Fred on the maternal grandparents. So this is a computer-generated fan chart, which draws data right from the right from the software that you're using. And then there's also fan charts that you can buy, or sometimes you can print out on your computer, and you can fill them out on your own, manually fill them out. And this is a variation, this is a fan chart that we designed here at Easy Genie. And what's unique about it is, in addition to having what you just saw in the computer-generated fan chart, so the parents and the grandparents and the great-grandparents going back, it also has the spouses, the spouse of the main person, plus his or her parents and grandparents. So this is a pretty unique innovation that we have here at Easy Genie. And then we also offer a really big fan chart. This goes back 8 generations and actually includes 9 generations because it also does the children. And as far as I know, no other fan chart has this feature. There's quite a bit of detail that I can't show here, but of course, the further you go out, the less information you have to fill out data about the person. So while the great grandparents or the parents might have enough information to fill out for their birth and death dates and maybe even where they lived, when you're getting out to like the 7th or 8th generation, you probably don't have much data to go with, but it's just enough to write down their name and maybe the dates that they were born and they lived. And then the other great advantage of these fan charts, the paper ones at least, is you can write in the margins. You can't do that with the computer-generated fan charts. So here's a fan chart example. You start with a single person at the center, and this fan chart is actually rotated 90 degrees to the right. So here's the center person. Her name is Ann Mitchie, and then I have her father here in the first ring, and then you can see kind of going back to the grandparents, John and his wife, and then even further back to the great-grandparents. You have more information. You add names and dates as you have them. It's okay to leave out information or blank cells. So in the case of Agnes Hay, we don't have the dates for her, but we know her name. Second ring is the father. So father's number 2. You can't see it, but over here is number 3, which is the mother. And then if you go to the third ring, numbers 4 through 7, so 4, 5, 6, and 7, that's the grandparents of the person in the center. And then go back one more ring, it's the numbers 8 through 15, it's the great-grandparents. And you keep on going back. And usually it's even numbers for the father, dark shading, and odd numbers in white background for the mother. So filling out a fan chart, where do you get the information to do this? And typically, you start by talking with relatives. So you might talk with your mom or your dad, and they might know some information going further back than you, so you can just start to fill it out that way. Look at old photos and documents, and maybe you might get some clues about people to include in the fan chart, or maybe data, such as the data might be written on the back of the photo or on the document, or it might trigger the relative's memory. Ancestry and family search, those are great places to find information and also connect with other people who are doing research. Vital records, this could be a birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificate, other official record, which is generally at a very reliable level of information, mostly, but not always. Religious records, which might be from a church, like a baptismal record or a temple or something like that. Gravestones, if you can find them and the information on them is readable, those can be pretty good sources of information to include on your fan chart. And then newspapers often have things like obituaries or birth announcements. Those can be great for fan charts too. And census returns, those are excellent ways to research the growth of a family and the people in a family, and you can fill out your fan chart using the data from those as well, either federal or state or sometimes city. For more information, including some fan chart designs that we have, as well as some free downloads, go to easygenie.org. We sell archival quality forms for genealogists made in the USA, and we have quite an interesting selection, as well as information on how to get the most out of the research materials that you're using to discover your family's past. Thanks so much for watching.